Hey, welcome in. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me. My name is Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we are looking at your energy for today. So let's get into it. Things have been kind of up and down, you know, some good, some bad, as we're navigating this change, the change of Pluto moving into Aquarius. We also have 4 planets in retrograde, the outer planets, which deal with more of our larger long-term life cycles. So habits, patterns, people, relationships, situations that we become intertwined with to learn lessons, to grow, to evolve. And right now there is a huge push for that evolution. It can be a little daunting. It can be a little overwhelming depending on what you're dealing with specifically. These are obviously collective readings, and I do personal readings as well. So if you want me to look at your specific situation, definitely hit me up. I do tarot, astrology, mediumship, and then I also do energy healings and wellness consultations. So a little rebalancing of the mind, body, and soul. And that's available if you need me to look deeper, if you're still having questions unanswered after watching these readings. There is an emphasis on communication, especially as it relates to partnerships today. We've been seeing messages coming in, so be mindful as you are dealing with past situations or situations that are a little more messy. We'll start off with this energy cleansing specifically for that. Set the tone, set the vibe for the reading. Little blessing for you, little blessing for me. And let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration. Help us to see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. Mama Love. So there is a need to give yourself a lot of love, a lot of care right now, especially as I was saying, in those messier places where there's not really a clear-cut answer or direction, or things have not completely closed out. There's not been closure to situations. There's some fear, right? Our emotions, the moon is negatively aspecting Pluto. So places that you're finding yourself resistant to change, and resistance can even just be like holding on to those thoughts of, I wish it wasn't this way, or if only, shoulda, woulda, coulda, that type of thing, like trying to rewrite history. Because like I was saying in the very beginning, a lot of this is connected to ways that we can grow and evolve, be better versions of yourself, and not staying stuck in those dynamics that are painful, that aren't serving you, that are actually keeping you stuck, right? Limitation. Spirit wants you to take a moment to really absolve, right? That's such a good energy, just in terms of like, we kind of have to like mentally make peace is what I'm hearing. Time is connected, the herb time is connected to our mental, and then how that plays out in the emotional. And making peace, we have a little more air energy in the astrology today. So air governs our intellect, our ability to rationalize, intellectualize what is going on, the way it is affecting you, and needing to just self-soothe is what I'm hearing, right? Self-soothe yourself into a place of of absolution, right? Like, what is what is, making peace with that. There is still more to the story, like I was saying in the beginning, and you know, it's coming out, it's coming to head. A lot of these situations that we are looking for closure around are moving in that direction. You might not, you know, be at the end specifically today or tomorrow. Pluto doesn't go direct until mid-October. So we still have a little bit more time where we're working through the problems and issues. Mercury just moved into Libra as well. So the way that we're communicating in these dynamics, the way that we are approaching relationships, both new and old, right? Both the things that we're trying to close out, the things that we're trying to make peace with, on top of the new stuff that is coming in. Because it is a learning and adjustment of yourself, finding new ways to show up, right, for yourself, and how you're actually going to do that better, quote unquote, the next time around. It's hard to see that change because there is a lot of heaviness, and most of the transits in the astrology right now are aspecting those outer planets. So the deeper work that we're doing, right? Regardless of whether, I mean, you know, we all heal, we all grow, we all evolve, we all move through situations. You don't have to be like a super duper healer or anything like that. Or maybe you are, you know, maybe you are someone who's really passionate about healing and growth and what it means to be the best version of yourself. I definitely am. And it's worth it to look at, understand these messier dynamics, changing the perspective on what is going to bring in that abundance, what is going to bring in that happiness and fulfillment. Our overarching energy for today is to reflect and emit, right? So when we take the time to do that reflection, and again, it doesn't have to be this huge thing, you know, going on some solitary retreat or whatever. It can be as simple as setting aside 10, 15 minutes to really just kind of focus and think through whatever you're moving through. And then making the changes accordingly, right? Emitting that new version of yourself. Not being afraid to do it. There is a lot of fear. There is a lot of anxiety in the astrology right now. Neptune's in retrograde in Pisces. So it brings up that fear. It brings up the fear of the unknown. There is still a lot of clarity coming in for you and for everyone else around you, right? Like, things are it's hard to deny, is what I'm hearing. It's hard to deny what you're seeing, sensing, and feeling in dynamics in your life all across the board. And it is giving you new vision. It is giving you new insight. It's hard not to feel a little gloomy about it, right? The moon has been very tensely aspected for the last 2 weeks or so. There's a softening, thank goodness, and it's in Leo right now. So Leo gives us the passion, the drive to like make stuff happen, you know, and really put our best foot forward, right? Be that better version of ourselves. Someone is avoiding the truth today. Someone has convinced themselves that it's not going to go in the direction that it is. There's still hope for happiness, still hope for a reunion, still hope that things can be patched up. There's this lingering like lack of decision making, not being able to see the potential for change. And so sitting in this like in between space, the liminal space where, like I was talking about, certain things aren't quite closed off yet, but the new hasn't completely integrated. Two of Swords is this message though, like Not making a decision is also making a decision, right? So if we wait too long in that space, then it really only hurts us, right? It only hurts you. And that's why this reflection is so important. I'm hearing reflection is important in the way that you're diffusing some of the emotion, the emotionality around the situation. Instead of being so embedded in the hurt and the pain, asking like that harder, maybe deeper question of why? Why did this happen? Why did I put myself in these dynamics? Why am I trying to leave this thing? And there's a lot, right? Like, I feel like you're still trying to juggle a lot. You're still trying to juggle a lot of situations as fluidly as possible because you got to keep your life up and running, you know? You can't completely hermit out. It's not the time right now. And we're still seeing lack of movement, right? There's not a lot of movement forward. It's more the conceptual. That's what I'm looking for, right? It's more the work that we have to do on the mental, emotional level. So we're finding more stability and balance in the choices that you want to make. That is what's going to bring your happiness and fulfillment. And sometimes it is the hard choices, right? Sometimes it is the hard choices of recognizing when something or someone is done. 7 of Cups energy, so bringing in different ideas about how to close this cycle out. But I feel like this is something that someone's bringing to you, you know? Someone's trying to give you options. Someone's trying to... Even if they're not communicating this to you, because I feel like some of like the harder, trickier stuff is still working itself out. It's still ironing the kinks out. And I feel like someone's working behind the scenes to figure out what they can do. They're not fully bringing this to you yet. Because like I said, they still believe that there is a way to get to this 10 of Cups. Knight of Pentacles is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. This is about taking your time, being methodical about your path forward. The Knight of Pentacles always gets to his destination, which is very nice, right? Like, so whatever goals you have set up for yourself, you will get there. Keeping your eye on the prize is what I'm hearing. It's taking a little longer than what you would like, however. And I do feel it is directly related to places that people or situations have blocked you. They either, like, because that's how I'm hearing it. It's like, there is this energy of wanting to reconnect for that reunion that I was talking about, but it very much is on their own terms. And that's why they're spending all this time to try to figure out how to get what they want before they actually reveal their plan. How does this affect the collective today? Okay, so Queen of Swords energy, just being very, diplomatic in your approach. Like, the Queen of Swords is just known for making the most rational decision, writing out that pros and cons list and just being like, this is what it is. Even if it sucks, even if it's hard, even if it's not what I think I want, at the same time, having that higher knowing of when something is good for you and when it is not. Queen of Pentacles also showing up. So someone else is coming in to kind of throw you off course is what I'm seeing. Yeah, 4 of Wands. Very interesting. So someone or something, like either you're meeting someone or someone is trying to talk to you, is trying to say something to you, or whether it's intentional or not, it feels like it is kind of throwing you off. You weren't expecting this. I feel like this is someone who might be a little bit stubborn. Yeah. A little stubborn, a little immature in their communication. it feels like, it feels like they're trying to make themselves known. Like this is someone who like puts themselves around you, but doesn't necessarily come and talk to you. You know, they want you to come to them. Again, this 5 of Swords energy. They might be working with this Knight of Wands, or they're asking someone to feel the temperature of the relationship, assess how you think about them, where you're at. And it's requiring you, I'm hearing like the Queen of Swords can also be a woman of few words, right? Just stating, no, thank you, but thanks for the offer, and moving on. It doesn't have to be this, when she's out of balance, it becomes like word vomit, right? Sorry, not to be vulgar, but it's just like trying to explain, trying to justify, rationalize all this stuff. And you don't have to do that. I'm seeing like you don't owe this person or people anything, because this Knight of Wands feels a little low vibey, not the greatest intention towards you. Combative is what I'm hearing. Putting a lot of blame on you. Making it your fault, your responsibility. Yeah. This is someone that you could have been really close to at one time as well. It doesn't have to just be love, but this is someone you could have been close to, and the relationship has shifted a lot now. You might not be on speaking terms, but there still is tension, because this person, there's a lot of immaturity, and this Knight of Wands is being way more immature, you know, and you're going to know this by what they say, how they approach you, etc. And like I said, this Queen of Wands, like, won't even talk to you or is not ready yet. That might be a better way to say it. There is intention to approach you, because they want something. They want the world, so to speak. The world is also about culmination and abundance and coming together. Let's see what for you. Okay, Page of Wands, but you're just not interested. You're not interested. I feel like there's something around this. Yeah. There's something around this that makes you feel like it is too messy. It's just too messy, and you'd rather assess your other options. We got Queen of Swords and Justice, which is both governed by Libra, with the Strength card. So it is going to take a lot of courage to break away from the pact, however this resonates for you. Like I said, I feel like there is a couple people involved, or there are a couple people showing up, or you could be just dealing with a few different situations that either mirror each other or intertwine with one another. And Spirit wants you, again, to pay attention. You might have to reflect a little bit on what the communication is, what, gets said to you, the conversation. And again, that's emphasizing fewer words are better today. Thank you. I'll get back to you. Finding maybe some language for yourself that makes it easy to just say a quick thing. There is, like I said, Spirit does want you to think about things, but I feel like this is more on the why, right? As I was saying earlier, why am I feeling the need to invest in these people, these situations, when there is a lot of immaturity or ghosting, or I'm not going to talk to you, or you have to come to me. It's just like a little bit of it's not about working together. It's about hierarchy, right? The difference between wanting to be the one on top, wanting to be the one in control, wanting to be the one who's right, versus actually working harmoniously together. And you've been dealing with a lot of this, and that's really, truly what's being called to change. Astrologically, Pluto moving into Aquarius, like Spirit saying, okay, it's time to change. It's time to separate. We even see this in like popular culture, separating ourselves from the people, the situations that are like fear mongering to try to get their own selfish desires met, right? Being the better person, yeah, the better version of yourself, the higher self, also known as being open to listen to what your heart wants, again, and not putting yourself on the back burner, your wants, your needs, because you are building a new world for yourself. And you are ready to cross that proverbial bridge, right? You're ready for the new. You're ready for this change. And there are going to be things that are popping up over the next little bit that are going to challenge you around that. Are you going to make a decision one way or the other? Or are you just not going to make a decision and sweep it under the rug? And these are big lessons. They're hard lessons. That's why they're affecting those outer planets like I was talking about, because it is forcing us to be a better version of ourselves. Wah, wah. No, there's so much happiness and fulfillment comes when we do, right? Like, it's, you know, it's not about being like the better person or like some superficial thing. It's like just honoring yourself, honoring your heart, what you want for your life, and then making choices accordingly and not having to deal with people who kind of want to be shits, right? As simply put. So thank you always for your time and energy. I hope you found messages that resonated here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I love to hear. I love to connect, share, and a little love, blessing, TLC. Thank you for all the love and blessing you bring to the channel. It honors my heart. Sending all the love and blessings your way.